The Menu. I had the pleasure of seeing this movie in the theater, and it was interesting because I had absolutely no idea what it was about. I was taken there to see a film, and I was just all in, and so never knew what direction this was going to go in.
Right.
Before you saw it, did you know anything about it?
I did not. All I knew from it was what you told me on our first episode of the She Will podcast.
Oh,
yeah. You said there's
something...
some stuff that you don't need to see. Like,
now, did you feel like that?
I just expected gruesome. I don't think it was that bad, but you know, I'm one of those people when they watch a movie. I'm this guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just like you did in Best Man?
Yeah. I'm this guy. In the scary movies or suspense, I cover everybody. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I do this because I'm a normal person. A lot of you people watch, ooh, blood. Stab that motherfucker. Ooh, brains. I don't need to, scare me. Like, no, my anxiety, that's not set up like that. The way my anxiety is set up, I gotta do this. And then maybe I'll rewind it to after I know
the way your anxiety
it's out the way. Yeah. The big band's out the way. So, yeah. I did that, and I know it wasn't that bad. I didn't do that much in The Menu. I did it at the part where the guy the guy shot himself in the mouth. I was like, something about to happen. So I'm like, this.
You knew it was gonna happen.
Something. I thought the guy was gonna stab him. But yeah. So The Menu. Now this is an interesting concept for a film because it's a satire, right? Okay. It's a satire on rich people and exclusivity of dining experiences and the lengths they go to have an exclusive experience and separate themselves from the common folk. They take everybody. They take about 11, 12 people. A chef invites them out to his restaurant, which is on an island, for a night of dining that they'll never forget.
Right.
He's one of the most sought after chefs in the world. Now, how do you feel? You've been to much more fancier restaurants than I. Do you enjoy that experience of going to a place, say you're going to West Hollywood or Beverly Hills, and, do you enjoy that dining experience more so than, say, a plate of teriyaki chicken from Rico's?
Quite frankly, I'm not very, my palate isn't that sophisticated, Though I enjoy a nice meal, I'm kind of like Shaq. I don't like rich people food. Give me some wings and french fries and some, that's the reality.
So yeah, we related for sure. We brother and sister.
I don't like pretty food. Yeah, I don't like this California fare.
Leaves on it and shit.
Give me some, I really do like fried chicken.
Yeah.
I do.
Don't put nothing on it.
I do like fried chicken. So though I went to this restaurant, what's it called? Monsieur? Is that what it's called? The guy goes, psh.
Salt Bay.
Salt Bay. I went to Salt Bay. What's it called? There's a restaurant in Beverly Hills. You know about Salt Bay?
I call it the Instagram clip in the restaurant. I know I haven't been there.
Okay, so I went there. That was the most expensive meal I've ever had.
Damn.
And and they come out and they do their thing and they.
Did the guy come
serve
out?
It. Somebody comes out, not Salt Bay, but
if he's in town, he'll.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. And he does that, and it was good. It was good, and it was an enjoyable dining experience.
So he would be the chef guy in The Menu.
Yeah, he would be the equivalent of the chef guy in The Menu.
That invited everybody there to kill them.
Yes.
Okay.
And
people would follow.
And people follow. Yeah. That was the most interesting. Not everyone knew they were going there to be
murdered.
However, one did.
One did, and that's interesting because it speaks to the admiration for a certain level of sophistication. And a certain, that guy felt like the guy who knew that they were all going to be murdered that night. The chef invited him. That guy was an admirer of cooking or whatever. And so he actually hired what we know now as an escort
Yes.
As his date, because you can only go to this dining experience with a date.
+1.
And his girlfriend broke up with him, so he hired this girl, knowing she was going to be killed, just so he can get in there to that experience. Now that is satirical. Then that's pretty funny.
Talk about it, brother.
Now, what I got from this movie is, at the end of the movie, I don't know if you remember, if you notice, before everybody dies, before the chef sets everybody on fire, there's a moment where the diners repeat after him. They say, "Yes, chef. I love you, chef." And they know they're about to die. Mm-hmm. So that means, to me, that means that even in the face of death, they were still coerced into believing that they were a part of an extraordinary dining experience, to the point where they were kind of like brainwashed, because that's what it does, being there. It kind of makes you think. The food's never that good, right? Or as good as what you want. Right. So you never get full. You never leave like, oh, what's the point? So at the end of this movie, they're dying for this shit. And so it's that pointless to the point where even if you're dying for it, it's worth it somehow.
Wow. And I feel like he was a service industry person. Mm-hmm. But he kind of felt like he had sold out along the way, because now everyone could not experience this dining experience, because they had priced so many people out. And so he felt, I think he felt a little bad about that. Yeah. And felt like that he's serving these people who can't appreciate anything, who are basically buttholes.
And they can't even remember the last dish that he served them.
Right. It's just to be able to say, I experienced this.
It. And the chef said that he hasn't enjoyed cooking for anybody in a long time. He doesn't enjoy cooking because he doesn't enjoy cooking for the people that come.
They're douchebags. And so he exposes them, right? Mm-hmm. He gives each of them something to read that shows how douchebaggy they are.
Right. Yeah, that was funny. They had pictures in the tortillas of the diners doing bad stuff, like cheating on the wife, cheating the records at work. Mm-hmm. Their pictures were engraved in the tortillas he served them. And they're like, what's going on? So. Which
I think is good. What I liked about the movie is that I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what it was about. And even well into it, I didn't know what this was going to be about. Mm-hmm. And it was creative. Right. It was different. And so when I was watching this, I felt like, okay, I get it. It's creative. Yeah. Someone's actually thinking. No one's done this before.
It's not like Abbott Elementary, rip off The Office.
Right.
For black people.
And that's what I found with a lot of movies that have come out in the last 2 months. It's a lot of creativity out there. Ooh. I'm not saying I like them all. Right. However, but I can see the creativity. And I'll give them something for that.
There you go. And that's all I'm saying, too. Push the envelope a bit.
Try something
We've got
new.
Too much technology and resources and minds and advancements and knowledge that we have access to be doing the same old stuff.
And they did it, and so I kudos to them for bringing something out that we probably would have never thought about. How fortunate we are, and how much we take for granted. Right. And possibly how we treat those people who serve us,
I want black filmmakers to get creative like this. Why we got to do a house party or a drug dealer story or, just, why don't we have those creative writers? Why every black movie that comes out is the same 3 writers? Malcolm Lee, Tyler Perry, Will Packer.
Well, let's give Jordan Peele some props, because when he came out with Get Out, then it was a movie I didn't know, and I was like, that's awesome. I think I went to see it in the theater about 3 times just to fully grasp it.
Ooh, yeah.
And so there are some, and Nope, it's different, even whether we like it or not, it's different. Yeah. It's not the standard operating procedure.
Right, so we got minds like that, and I'm sure there's a lot of Jordan Peeles out there. it don't have to, when you're going to make a black film, you don't have to go to Kenya Barris, Malcolm Lee, Tyler Perry. Yeah. There's so many creative minds out there that can put together a unique black experience. People are giving Kenya Barris a hard time. This new movie on Netflix coming out with Eddie Murphy and Nia Long called You People. He's got the same interracial, the interracial, concept.
Oh yeah.
And then what goes around that, the conflict all comes from the interracial. They're like, Kenya,
Well, I think I think that works for him. He found his what do you call it? Yeah, he found his niche.
You said it's niche or niche? Niche?
I call it niche.
Niche.
I call it niche, but I've been known to say things my own way. Right. He's found his wheelhouse. That's what I wanted to say. He's found his wheelhouse.
Right.
And he's going to stay in there. He's going to write it. And it's like I don't really fault them for that. I don't fault them for knowing what they're good at.
I don't, but when it comes time to produce a black film, right, to budget and put money on it, they go to the same three people who have the same wheelhouse.
And they can find
why not hire bring in a different vehicle?
Well, there's one coming up and coming right now. I won't mention his name just yet because I don't think he wants me to say it. But there's one up and coming, and I'd say in a few years you're going to find some really creative things coming from him.
Well, hey, if they can do something to push them, because we got these films and these series coming out, then what would be considered mainstream Hollywood or white, because you never really see the same name over and over, and that goes to what we need. We need some more diversity in Hollywood. And then that goes into that too, but
I will say this: there are some films like Till. I went to see Till. There was, I think it's called Sisters. Till was not a slave story.
No, but I was. It made me think of the same.
I think it's called Sisters with the young lady from Letitia from Black Panther. So we also and there was another one with Gabrielle Union.
The gay...
the son in the military.
The gay military guy.
Was he gay?
Yeah, that was a thing.
Okay. So
Do you like dick, boy? That's what they said.
There is content out there, and we have to get behind it, because if that movie came and went and nobody knew. So if we don't watch them, we don't go out and support it, then they're going to keep greenlighting the same things. So
on the mass level,
on the mass level. So we have to get out. We have to support. We have to speak with our dollars.
True that.
But back to filmmaking. Again, I saw a lot of films in the last few months, and there was one that I saw. I don't even know if you've heard of it. It's called Triangle of Sadness.
Absolutely not.
Okay, yeah. The lady one of the stars that recently passed away.
What's her name?
I can't recall. Researchers, could you and maybe you guys can put it up when it's time to.
At the right time.
Yeah. Don't be so hard, okay? So we could put it up. She passed away, but it was
white woman.
Yeah, interesting film.
She crashed.
No, she had her spleen taken out.
Oh.
And then she got sick, and then it just went bad from there. But the thing was, these stories that they're coming up with, like The Menu, Glass Onion, what is it? Triangle of Sadness. Even Babylon, like all of these I've seen, and all of them, maybe they weren't the most interesting, but they were creative, and I think that's where Hollywood is going. Mainstream Hollywood is going.
Okay.
Not really just that it's so riveting, but that it is different and it's creative.
Yeah, so we're getting past the point to where the blockbuster films will have to be 30-year-old remakes.
30-year-old remakes?
Yeah, like Jumanji.
Oh, yeah.
Top Gun.
Top Gun was kind of good. Maverick was kind of good. So, yeah, so Menu, I think I would say go ahead and check it out because it wasn't that long. That's a deterrent for me when
it's
the movie
is
31
long. Minutes, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I can't. The 3-hour movies are
can't do that.
Challenging.
Sorry, Black Panther.
Babylon, Black Panther. There's a lot of 3-hour movies, and even Triangle of Sadness was pretty long. And turns out, I guess this is the Triangle of Sadness. That little thing.
Between the eyes?
Yeah, like no, when you make the 11s where you frown.
Oh.
That's so you know. Say it's worth your 90 minute investment in time.
I definitely recommend it. The Menu, and it's starring the young lady from Queen's Gambit, which was, I believe, the most watched show in Netflix history at a point.
And also she did the Soho. What's that movie? Last something in Soho. Or something.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Great up and kind of. She's Argentinian. I didn't.
Is
know
she
that.
really very unique look?
Yeah.
Right.
Unique look.
Very different look.
All right. So The Menu.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Yes.
Thumbs up from here.